Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nervos Networks, CKB. Let's get into this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you guys could please hit me up at Real Six Fig. This is where I'm dropping all the latest and greatest Nervos news, things I find crypto interesting. This is also where I drop charts when I cannot make it to YouTube to create you guys a video. Currently, CKB is trading at 0.0045 cents. And if you would have asked me a couple months ago if we would have seen these levels again, I would have probably said no. I can't believe we are seeing CKB under a half a cent, to be honest with you. So right now, we just kind of have to look at, well, what did CKB do in previous history at these levels? We can kind of see that if this fails, we will likely come down to right around this 0.003445-ish area, the same number I've been kind of telling you guys about for the last week or so. So with that said, there is a pretty significant support level around that 0.0035-ish area. So I think that if we fall below that, things are going to get very bad. Now, I think that right now we are seeing price squeeze out of this symmetrical triangle here. Unfortunately, we are moving to the downside, and we almost came down this morning or late last night, and double bottomed this area. Now, I want to show you guys something on the 2-day chart. Price action, for those of you that watch this channel a lot, you guys know how passionate I am about trying to determine whether or not price action is too far from the Ichimoku cloud. This is one of the things that I do base a lot of my personal trading on, whether price action is too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. One thing I look for right now, in my personal opinion, I think price action is simply too far away from this Ichimoku cloud. So I am hoping that we still get this bounce and maybe come back up to these pennies. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be penny levels anymore, but right around this 0.006, 0.007-ish levels. And like I said before, we're going to have to break through this trend line here. And we might, in fact, be waiting until October 10th before we see CKB do something crazy, or we could see CKB kind of wander on in and head off to the races, and this chart could be totally proven wrong. So this is very speculative, and I just want you guys to understand all of that. But right now, I do think that if the bottom gives off at this point, it's 0.003445. For those of you guys that are looking to dollar cost average down, things like that, I mean, it might not be a bad time to revise some of your plans or try to figure out if it would be wise for you to DCA at these levels. With that said, I do think that there is this chance that we might get this bounce back to this upside here soon, just based off all of this. Now, let's just take a quick look at Bitcoin, folks, because we need to know what Bitcoin's doing so we can try to predict what CKB is doing. Excuse me. I'm trying to look at too many things at once. And right now, Bitcoin is kind of like in the same or similar position as CKB. We're looking at this 2-day chart. I mean, price action is kind of far away from this Ichimoku cloud. We can see that Bitcoin dropped down to the high 27,000s this morning, and we really have this symmetrical triangle going for us right now. Now, when we start to see symmetrical triangles form, there's a few different things that can happen. We're either going to see a reversal, or we are going to see a continuation of the previous trend. The previous trend is nothing but down, almost vertical. So if we see this continuation happen, I think there would be a good chance that we could come down to these $25,000 to $23,000-ish levels. But if you've been riding CKB or any of these other cryptos for any amount of time, you'll note that we have been in a downtrend since November 2021, early November for that matter. So when people ask me if they think that we're in a bear market, I give them two answers. Really, there's a two-part answer to this. And when we look at price action, and if it's fallen below the 750-day moving average, on top of a retracement of more than 51% from all-time highs, that's when I would be comfortable at saying we have been in a bear market and possibly are looking to close that bear market out. So when I say that, we can look at Bitcoin, and that's just my philosophy on things. But we can see that price action right now has drifted minus 60% since those glorious November all-time highs of Bitcoin. Currently, we're underneath the 750-day moving average. So, yes, I presume that we are in a bear market. You have to make that call for yourself, whether we are or not. But anytime, I'm going to illustrate this again, Bitcoin has really fallen underneath this green line, which is the 750-day moving average. We've seen the markets rally. So historically speaking, I do think, I do think that we might be gearing up to see Bitcoin just pull one of these moves where we trade sideways. We might go down a little bit lower, but I do think that once we come out of this hole, it's going to come out of this hole quite rapidly because, as you can see in previous instances, there has just been a very nice, almost melt up style exit from the bear market in every instance that I can see. So, with that said, folks, we are trading under the 750-day moving average. Price action is 60% underwater since previous all-time highs. So, I think that if you're feeling frustrated, stuff like that right now, I don't want to give anybody financial advice here, but these points in times when we see price action drift under the 750-day moving average, things have gotten better. I'm not saying that it's going to. History often repeats itself. Sometimes it does not. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the fence with your trading. Always never trade more than you can afford to lose. I see people talking on Twitter all the time about how their lives are now ruined. They can no longer afford rents, things like that, because they went all in and they took the risk themselves. So you have to do your own research. It doesn't matter what people are saying on YouTube. Just whatever it is that you find for sources, scrutinize your information to incredible levels. But right now, really, nobody's been making money since November 9th, for that matter. And I just bumped my camera. So that's a sign that I need to sign off. But stick around for the end screens. I got some other videos, what it would take for CKB to reach $1 and what kind of market caps that would equal to. So we'll see you guys all on the next video.